So, my little face. No. This ain't fat person friendly, is it?
All right. Recording?
Woo!
Hello again, and
Hey.
welcome to the third installment of Witty Banter. Is kind of what we've went for so far.
That's what we're going with?
That's what it's online as. We're kind of still up in the air on the name.
I did friend talk.
But, yeah, so right below on what you think maybe we should call this. Right now, we have a few names.
Please be respectful. We do work hard on these.
Please.
There's a few names that would suggest that would probably make me cry, and I really wouldn't like to read that.
Yeah. But it is on the podcast as Witty Banter.
I said that. Somebody's going to sit there and go, oh, fat dude's dead. Oh, fat dude's dead. He's gone. He's gone. That's it. That's it. Ding, ding.
Fucked up now. You have fucked up. Okay, so.
First off, red shirt.
That was your first mistake.
Anyways.
Second.
Anyways.
Okay, so looking at the notes here, it looks like we're doing jobs today. Like our first jobs. What was our best job?
The notes.
The notes, yeah, like.
That's what it sounded like you said.
What it looked sound like I said like.
You said the nudes. Look at the nudes.
No,
here.
I didn't say nudes. Notes.
Man, would you look at that? All right, let's get talking. Just need to get my energy level up a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
So, what are jobs? Like first jobs. Best job, dream job. So let's go. You can take it away.
Me first, huh?
You or me? You want me to go first?
Well, in the last video I did go. When we talked about cars, I did go first. Why don't you go first?
All right. So, wow. So, this takes me way back.
Tell me a story.
So. We're not counting like when we were kids and mowing people's yards and stuff like that. My first official job.
Paycheck.
Right. My first official job was
Money.
Pal's Car Wash.
Oh, I remember you having that job.
Yep.
You hated that job.
It was the worst job I've ever had. And so I wasn't washing cars. I was in the oil change section of it. So the day that made me quit, and I never went back after this day.
Never told your boss I quit. You just
I just never showed up again.
That probably happens a lot, though.
I would say so.
This probably happens a lot.
So it was Pal's Car Wash. It was. I had to wear these orange shirts and stuff. It was horrible. But so they had got like a deal with the county and with the city to change the oil of all the ambulances. So all the ambulances are driving like an hour to get to us, and they pull right in, and they cut the motor off, you start letting the oil out of the thing. And it was like back to back, 30 of them, one after another. And they're burning up. They just drove an hour, the oil's really hot. They didn't give us any gloves. They didn't give us any of like the arm protectors. So when you pulled that thing out, it went all down your arm.
Lava.
I was burned.
Lava.
I think I only got like 3 paychecks from that place.
Really?
Yeah, I was only there like a month and a half, 2 months.
Oh,
no. I couldn't take it. I was only there like 2 months, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But that was the day that made me be like, no. Like, my boss was a dick anyways.
Not worth it.
Well, for what I was getting paid minimum wage at the time, which was like, it was like $7 an hour, and I'm over here changing like oil, and this guy over here is like vacuuming out seats for $7 an hour, and I'm like, I want that job.
Yeah,
I don't want to be burnt every day multiple times.
Should have said something.
So, well,
you didn't say anything, did you?
I didn't say anything.
You just
left.
He's
left.
left.
So, well,
rookie mistake.
Yeah, but so it was a horrible job. I did not like it at all, and I've had a lot of jobs since then, and I've never hit my dream job, should I say. Not yet. Well,
if you hit your dream job, I mean, this be...
Probably
wouldn't be doing this right now.
Right. Yeah. But,
you'd be sitting on your yacht right now, deep sea fishing.
Exactly, yeah.
If you hit your dream job.
But I'll never forget, I never showed back up. And I went in to pick up my last paycheck, and, like, the owner was there, and I was like, hey, man, I'm here to pick up my paycheck. And he was like, you don't work here. And I was like, I know that. I'm here to pick up my last paycheck. And I told him my name and everything. He went over and was flipping through the filing cabinet and said, we don't have a check for you. And I was like, excuse me?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You do? Yeah, I was like, you do have a check for me. I guarantee you keep looking around in there.
I love how when you get serious people, you do have a check for me.
I was mad.
You do that when you get serious people.
And this is like, young me. I was like, no. Like,
you do have a check for me.
Yeah. You have one for me. Yeah. Like it's, you've got one and you're going to find it.
Yeah.
And he looked around and he said, well, I was just messing with you.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then gave me the check.
I'm sure you were messing.
Yeah.
That check was probably in his back pocket.
Probably
he was. Like, oh, I was just messing with you.
Yeah. He's going to keep it and let that just roll in his bank account.
Oh, absolutely.
He was the owner. They could have just ate the money. Or
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my
first job.
Out in the world, paying
taxes.
Out there. Yeah. What about you?
My first job, actually, I have to give a huge shout out to my now mother-in-law. She's the one that got me the job.
Nice.
I worked at Fell Hour, which
Full
is
circle.
which is like a prosthetics company that make fake arms and stuff.
I remember that place.
Dude, great company.
Yeah.
Oh my God, great, fantastic people. Yeah. I had one person I worked with. She wasn't my boss, but she was like, I don't know if she was just in a bad mood all the time, but I mean, I'd just be, just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just, so you're sitting there working, you're just like waiting for it to come. Like, oh my God, she's going to show up here.
I've had bosses like that. Yeah.
But she wasn't my boss. She was a coworker.
Oh, really?
My boss,
oh, no.
whose name was Tim, that was the coolest guy. I mean, he's, other than my uncle, which is my current job, he's the best boss I ever had.
Right.
Tim was amazing. He was super down to earth, super chill. He was like, come in, do your job, and as long as I don't get a phone call and anybody complains to me, I don't care. Just make sure. My boss, Tim, was great. He's basically like, as long as I don't get in trouble, there's no problem. Just make sure you're... Now, he wasn't like, just come in whenever you want, do it if you want. I mean, you had to show up to work on time.
Right.
You had to leave on time. And you had to do your job. I mean, basically, his philosophy was, if you're a basic human being, you can show up to work and do the job that they ask you to do and not make any kind of trouble, we're good.
Right.
We'll be friends.
That's a good boss.
Yeah, that was a great boss.
Do your job, you don't get in trouble.
Now, that job was hard. I worked in it's a very nice, it has like a doctor's office where they've helped people who have lost arms and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, my mother-in-law used to work, she's worked several places in it. She used to work in assembly, where they put the stuff together. Then she worked up in patient care, and now she's actually the receptionist.
Nice.
So she went from the back. Now she went from the very back. Now she is the very first, first person you see when you walk in.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that's impressive.
Yeah. So shout out to her. But so I worked back there. The only problem is I was back in the factory, which means if it is 100 degrees outside, it's 110 in the factory. If it is 32 degrees outside, it is 32 degrees in the factory. And I'm pretty sure I got in trouble one day because it was really hot. And you gotta understand, I was 16, 17 at the time, and they gave us little juices. I mean, they brought, the boss was like, hey, those guys are hot, get them juice, like Gatorades. We had so many of them on break. I was this fat little kid hiding in the freezer. I was sipping all the Gatorade. I'm pretty sure people got mad at me for it. I was a kid, though. I was like, I'm so hot. I was pampered my whole life. I was spoiled by my grandparents. I'm so hot. And I was back there just chugging Gatorade. I went through like 8 of them.
They go back there and there's just empty bottles. Like,
what happened?
What the heck, man?
We had 4 cases. Now we got 1. But anyway, so the job was rough. I got fired.
Oh.
I got fired. I don't remember what happened. I came into work one day, and halfway through my shift...
I remember the story.
Halfway through my shift, I came in, and Tim calls me up in his office and is like, I got to ask you a question. I was like, yeah, I was tight with Tim. I was like, yeah, man, what's up? Talk to me. Right. He goes, you shipped a shipment to Europe, because they shipped to Europe. Mm-hmm. They shipped all over the world. He's like, you sent a shipment to Europe that has your signature on it, and it broke halfway. He's like, they had these lubrication things that they would use to lube the product stuff. He was 2 of them busted and ruined everything in the box. I was like,
I don't see how that's
he's like, do you remember doing that box? And I was like, oh, dude. I was like, well, I'm not going to argue my signature's on it, so of course I did it. I don't remember it. He was like, dude, I'm sorry. I'll let you go. Now, back up. If you remember from my car wreck video, my car had wrecked 3 weeks before this. 3 weeks before it, my car had totaled, and I had went to work. which is funny because my cell phone got destroyed in that car wreck. I didn't mention that. I didn't mention it in the car video. So I had no phone. Holly had dropped me off to work at my first job, and I had just got fired. Yeah. He's like, I'll let you work the rest of the day. And I'll be honest with you, dude. I went back there. I had a friend, Billy, who was, he's a big old guy. But he worked back there with me, and he was like, what happened? And at first, Tim was like, well, I'm going to look into it. And I joked. I was like, I got fired. Yeah. And Tim actually called me back in and fired me. He's like, what happened? I said, I got fired. And he's like, yeah, all right. And I'm like, I got fired. I was there trying to do boxes. I got snot pouring down. I just wound up leaving for the day. Worst thing is, my pride said, don't you dare let them see you in tears. Don't you dare let them see that you're upset. Yeah. But I had no ride. I had no car. So I walked to the front of the building and waited 3.5 hours in the sun. Sitting next, at the time, was my girlfriend's mom's car, waiting for her to get off. And she just walks out and she goes, what are you doing? And I said, I got fired. Can I have a ride home?
That's so bad.
She gave me a ride home. I felt so bad. I was like, because when you get your first job, you feel like a man. Oh, You're like, absolutely. I'm making money, I'm providing. And then when you get fired, you feel like your legs just get cut out right from under you. You just feel like a kid again. And so yeah, that was my first job. I really enjoyed fill hour. Hate what happened, though, because that was... I feel bad. Well, the company lost, like, a lot of money in the shipping, but... I mean, I feel bad for him for that. I don't remember doing the package, but I 100% understand. Like, I wasn't mad. I was like, I understand, man. I just cost the company like $5,000.
Like, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I make $8 an hour. I was making $8 an hour. I was like, I make $8 an hour, and I just cost the company like $5-6 grand. So I understood, but one thing I wanted to tell with that story, just that feeling that you get when you get your job, and then when you lose it. Yeah.
Yeah, losing jobs is always...
It's always never fun, never fun. So what'd you do next?
Man, I worked a lot of jobs over the years. Like, I worked for Nabisco, which...
Really? You worked for Nabisco?
Yeah, like, where we packaged the cookies. Oh, man, I got a story for that.
How
long do you got?
When did you work for Nabisco?
I worked for Nabisco, yeah.
I don't remember this. We'll see. You get in this process where you don't talk to anybody for a while. And I must have missed Nabisco because when we picked up hanging out and stuff after like a year break, I guess I
was working at Walden.
You
security
were
company. Yeah. So this was right before Walden.
Another story.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. It was right before Walden. So I worked a few jobs in between there, but I don't remember what they were. But Nabisco, man. Okay. So we packaged cookies and crackers and stuff like that. Anything that says Nabisco on it. We packaged
Oreos, right?
Oreos, yeah, Oreos. So,
hey, by the way, did you know Oreos are vegan?
No.
I swear.
Are they really?
Oreos are vegan. Google it. Oreos are vegan.
Vegan Oreos.
I'm about to blow your mind. Holly told me. I did not believe her. I looked at Holly. I was like, you're lying to me. I looked it up. Oreos are vegan.
Are Oreos vegan?
Read it out to the people. Does it say no?
No, Oreo have milk as a cross contact, and therefore they are not suitable for vegans.
We can cut this out.
They do not, however, contain nuts or nut traces, so they are healthy for that, but they have come in contact with milk, so they are not vegan.
Well, you can go ahead and tell your next job story. I'll pull my foot out of my mouth.
That's all right. So. That's all right. So I worked at Nabisco. And they used to have these, and they probably still do, these little, like, cups that you pulled the top off, and it had, like, it was full of cookies or little mini crackers and stuff. Okay, and I loved them. I ate them all the time. The little crackers with cheese. I was like, man, these are so good.
Good stuff.
Till they put me on the cookie, or the cracker line. And I was sitting there, and I was watching, and no, it wasn't. It was the Oreo line. It was the little miniature Oreos. And they would open up the bag and pour them onto this metal sheet. And then they would push them onto almost like an escalator. It would raise the cookies up and drop them down into the cups. And then it would seal it and move on down the line. I watched these guys sit there and be like sweating. Like wipe their hands on their face. Cough in their hands and be like all nasty. Not wearing gloves, and then push them cookies onto the line.
Hey,
pick their nose, and then push that cookie onto the line. I was like, I will never again.
Do we need to call out Nabisco of all people?
I don't eat their products anymore.
Yeah, but just a small little podcast.
The owner of Nabisco ain't watching this podcast, I promise. But
once again, this man does not speak for both of us.
Anyways, no, I'm not bad mouthing, shit talking Nabisco. What I'm telling you is, when I worked Nabisco, if you are watching or listening, when I worked for you, this was.
Can't be too long ago. I mean,
well, this was like 8 or 9 years ago when I worked for you. Your employees.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do your math. We graduated to class 2009. We've been graduating from high school for 10 years.
Next year is our 10-year reunion. Next year is our 10-year reunion from graduating high school. Yeah, we've been out for a while. So, when I worked for you, your employees did not wear gloves, would be picking their noses, wiping sweat with their hands, and then pushing cookies onto the line. It was disgusting, and I left that job for Walden shortly after that. So.
Walden, which our paths, I understand, me and Tanner were best friends in high school. Like, this was my ride or die homie. Like, I hung out with him. I'm gonna say after we had the history class, I mean, it was almost every day. Tanner, though, of course, life came up. And we, you know, what happens after high school. We get life, girlfriends, stuff like that. But anyways, our paths. So we're like this. So paths went apart, but then paths intersected again. Tanner got a job at Walden Security. Guess who else worked at Walden Security? This guy. Guess who got first shift? This guy.
Me.
Guess who got third shift?
This guy.
This guy. So while Tanner was working in the middle of the day, happy, smiling, you come on in, sir. You come on in, sir. How you doing? Good morning. I'm sitting there watching raccoons steal from the trash can, doing everything I can to stay awake.
Yep.
With the worst supervisors. I got a story for a supervisor, but first let's hear how day shift was. You go ahead. So the next job that happened, and this was the next job for me too. After Phil Hour was Walden Security for Tanner. Apparently it was Nabisco, then Walden. But he got on before me, so why don't you tell the story of first shift?
Okay, so
manager.
So I don't, to be completely transparent, I don't really like the company Walden Security. I don't really.
We need to be calling out people on this podcast.
That's what I do.
We don't have the money.
That's what I do.
We don't have what they call lawyers.
Now, with that being said, we were a security agency that was doing security for another business. We were doing it for Synthetic or Shaw. I loved Shaw. I loved
the people,
Shaw.
I will say the people that worked at Shaw.
The people were fantastic.
I never met any of the upper people. You did. So they were at home in bed when I was working.
Right.
But the people that worked there were awesome. Especially
they were amazing people.
I have a few stories, but please.
Right.
Go ahead.
So Walden wasn't very forthgiving with anything. So I trained 3 of my bosses. Like my boss left, another guy came in that was just like me, and they were like, Tanner, you're going to train him to be your boss. I did that with 3 people before they finally gave me the position.
Yep.
And I would say it was probably because of my age, how young I was.
Young kid, that happens a lot.
They finally gave it to me. And once I got that position, I really started dealing with the bosses in corporate at that location. I loved everyone there. It was amazing. Some of my family still work there. Not in security, but they work in the actual mill making carpet. My grandfather retired from there. My grandmother still works there. Yeah,
hey, shout out to your grandfather. Yeah, retirement. That's a big deal.
My mom and dad met there.
Really?
Like all my uncles, a lot of people have worked there. You know, it's a small town, and that's really the big pusher for money here.
And see. I believe you were talking about finally getting the position of manager at Walden. But what I really wanted to do was just explain to the people what it was like. What was day shift like?
Okay.
Take me through the day of the boss.
Okay, so...
Well, first I do is talk to corporate.
So, talk to corporate like a boss. Approve memos like a boss.
Anyways, go ahead.
I should put the little sound bit in there. Okay, so anyway.
That'd be good. Like a boss. You're not making money anyway, so.
Day shift, essentially, I would get there at roughly about 5:30 in the morning, and we would start setting everything up, getting all the gates open and stuff for, the people to come in that work there and the trucks that are coming in. So I literally stood out there and welcomed every single person that was coming into the building. Hi. People would cut.
Welcome to this job, sir. Welcome to your job, sir.
Well, people were so
when I referenced that, that's what I was talking about.
Right,
You just kind of smiled and waved to everybody like a fucking.
It really was a really great job at that point.
I said that before, cut that out. And go. It really was a good job.
It really was a great job. For me as first shift, I had people that knew my face, that knew me, especially since my family worked there. So I'd be out there greeting people as they come in, opening the gate. And, like, there was people that every day would come up and bring me coffee and stuff like that the whole time.
What a contrast.
I know, right? There was people that brought me breakfast and was like, here's a biscuit, and, like, very nice, sweet people. But then, like, of course, noon would roll around and I would have to do my rounds, and we had to go around the entire security place. So I had multiple guards there on day shift. On night shift, I believe you had 2.
We had 2.
Right. So like on day shift, we had a little go-kart, or not a go-kart, a golf cart that I could ride around the entire facility. So I would ride that thing all day long, just out there pedaling along, and go inside in the air conditioning, talk to the bosses and everything. And my biggest complaint with that job was the Walden bosses. When they came...
Oh, yes, I will say
they were
that.
horrible.
The Walden bosses.
Like, the people
that... It wasn't the bosses. People at the office were nice. It was the supervisors.
Yes, so they had supervisors that would come out to the locations and check on the other guards.
Imagine having a boss that the only thing they wanted to do... Not all of them.
Right, most of them.
I got some stories to tell. But imagine having a boss and the only thing he wants to do in his day is find a way to get you fired.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he cares about. All he cares about is going to you, looking at what you've done that day and saying, how can I fire you?
It was horrible. I absolutely hated it. That was my one complaint with that job was the bosses that came there.
90% of the people we worked with were ex-cops and we were just 2 kids out of high school.
Yeah. Like, it was... like
legit, honestly.
I was written up 3, maybe 4 times for not being clean shaven.
I was never written up.
I was written up multiple, and it was so bad that, like...
Actually, I was written up 1 time, but I'll talk about that in my section.
One of the supervisors came, and he was like, you need to be shaven tomorrow, you're getting written up. The next day came, I was not clean shaven. He literally came in the guard shack, wrote me a thing, left, drove to the dollar store.
He ripped it out, looked at you, said, your mother'd be ashamed.
He bought a razor and shaving cream and came back to the guard shack and told me to shave. I laughed at him and said, no thank you.
Are you
He said, because the guard shack had a bathroom, said it in the bathroom, it's like, you need to be shaved tomorrow.
Oh my.
All these little things, like Walden, I'm going to reach out to you now. Work on your supervisors, because they were, one, now I remember having one really good supervisor. I remember having him, but there was, I think, 3 that I could not stand. They were so unprofessional. They were like...
No names here, though.
I'm not giving names. I had nicknames. Every job I get, I have nicknames for people. Like, there's...
I never got that.
I know. But you on third shift. Go ahead. So that was my day shift.
Oh my God, third shift. Where do I even start? So, Tanner, hey, welcome to your job there. Welcome to your job there. So, on third shift, there's no one. I sat at gate 5, and you would walk in, they said, no movies, no radio, no books. So, I mean, you would sit there and you just...
All night long.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I worked 11 to 7. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Right.
And, I mean, now, don't get me wrong. My best friends at that job were the truck drivers. The dopest people I have ever worked with in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I would sit there, and the truck drivers would come in. Hey, what's going on? They'd all talk with each other. We'd joke with each other. We'd drink water, or just whatever. I had a big water cooler in there. Just whatever. But they would leave. And it's like, imagine hosting a party and your friends leave halfway through. And you're just kind of sitting there like, looking, and I had this little window, and I'd look at this window just, hello? Just nothing. You'd watch raccoons come in, take trash out, and go out of the way. So I would do that all night. I guess I'll confess it now. I had a DVD player. I don't care what anyone says. I worked third shift. So I had to stay awake, because they said if you sleep, you are fired.
Yeah, if
you fall asleep,
you
are fired. Straight, like, not like you can talk about it, not like, oh, you okay, buddy, you feeling sick?
Right.
No, screw that, you're fired. So I would sit there, and I would run it. Now, he talks about the mean bosses. I had one boss on third shift who was amazing. He would call me, and I swear, I'd be like, gate 5, Walden Security, what am I going to do for it? He'd be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, oh, hey, it's the supervisor. I'm just sitting here. What are you doing? And he goes, you ain't doing nothing, get in trouble, are you? And I was like, no, man, I'm having to, I'm just living the dream here. Right. He's like, I'm on my way, so you better be decent when I get there. I said, I will be, man, don't worry. Everything will be cool. He would call you 3 hours. He's like, I'm in Dalton. I'm on my way.
See, that was awesome.
He was, I don't know who he was. I said no names. Couldn't even shout him out if I wanted to, but you were an amazing boss, and I feel like we could have been friends.
Yeah.
In another setting, me and him would have been friends. So but then the jerks came in. The people that all they wanted to do was fire you. They wanted everything. They sit there. Like, instead, they would go home, and they would sit there while their wife was asleep, and they'd go, Nick Mahan, what is he doing right now? I got it. I'm going to get him with this. I'm going to show up in the middle of the night. Nobody's going to expect it. I'm going to pull in and catch him. He will get fired. And then he would go to sleep. He'd be like, oh, I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm going to get Nick Mahan fired. I can't wait. Tanner Watson, I'm going to catch him. He's not going to be shaving. He's gone. And he would fall asleep. I swear, this is the people we were dealing with.
Yeah, it was.
So, what I did... What I did is I would watch my portable DVD player, who the truck drivers would watch with me. They would take their break all at the same time, come in. They would literally walk in and be like, Nick, what are we watching tonight? I'd be like, I got Rambo 3. And they would go buy tacos, and we would eat tacos and watch Rambo 3. And then Gate 1 would be like, hey, Nick, your boss is on the way. He's here. He's coming over there right now. I'd be like, hey, guys, get the tacos. And it's like your parents coming home early for a party. Everyone would run out to their trucks. I would take the DVD player. I would take the trash bag, pull it up, and put my DVD player on top of that, and then put the trash over it. And he swear to God, he would come in, look in the bag, and go, okay, looking for an inspection, looking to get me fired. Yeah. One time, my heart skipped a beat. So he looked at that trash and said, trash is full. You want me to take it out for you? And I went, no, man, I'll get it. I'm good. I don't want you doing that. No, I don't mind, please. And then he looked over, and the water fountain was dripping. And he goes, how long has that water fountain been dripping? I was like, I don't know, like a week. He's like, you didn't put it in the report? What's the matter with you? That's a safety hazard. Completely forgot about the trash.
Woo! You got lucky.
My luck ran out.
Oh.
I'll talk. Next story I want to talk about before the big ending.
Right.
I fell asleep.
Oh boy.
I was sick. I had the cold. I had the flu or something. I took a bunch of cold medicine, and I was sitting. I just ate a bunch of Taco Bell, and it was cold. It was actually, I think it was spitting snow that night.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there. We had this heater, and it was blowing on me, and I had my little scarf on, my jacket. And I just remember looking out the window. And remember, you're not allowed to have, I had movies, but I didn't bring, I quit using my DVD player. Right. It was getting too dangerous. So I quit bringing it. And I was sitting there looking at the thing. And I closed my eyes, and then I opened my eyes again. The last time I looked at the clock right before I dozed off was 11:50. Mm-hmm. I woke up at 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I woke up at 4 a.m., almost my entire shift. And I woke up, I went... And I looked around. I knew I was fired. I was like, oh my God, you're fired. You're done. He's outside. He's waiting, because it was the time that same guy was there. I'm like, I'm done. He didn't come by that night. He called out sick that night and didn't come. The truck drivers, you ready for this one? The truck drivers had gone in, grabbed the sign-up sheet, put it on the door, turned my light off, and wrote a sticky note that said, do not disturb Sleeping Beauty.
That's amazing!
I swear they did that.
Wow.
The truck drivers...
Truck drivers are so great.
Basically tucked me in. Shh, you just sleep all you need to. Turn the light off, lock the guard shack behind them. Couldn't get in the guard shack. Guard shack was locked. And put the sign-in sheet on the door and wrote, do not disturb Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, man.
And let me sleep all night. And I know, because when you hear those trucks come in, they're loud.
Oh, yeah.
See, Gate 1 could see through the camera, so they would open it and let it.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about it now. They already fired me, so we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But, so it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, I fell asleep, and I slept all night. And oh, my God, the truck drivers. I love those truck drivers. Those truck drivers wrote, do not disturb, and had the sign-in sheet out there, and then went through the whole night, and I slept over half my shift.
That's amazing.
And I woke up in the morning.
They were so great.
Then I got fired. You know I got fired?
How's that?
New guy started working for us, and the way I was told by my other people, I'm not saying any names, my other coworker said, Oh, Walden doesn't really care if you go to the gas station. As long as it's the one right here in Chickamauga, you can do whatever you want to do. It's kind of hush-hush.
I remember this.
Don't tell the supervisor. But honestly, if he finds out, they really don't care. I was told this by a guy who used to be a cop.
Yeah, I remember
And he was like, they really don't care.
Yeah.
As long as you just don't make a big deal about it. But you can go there and get coffee. Because they told me, this is what they told me when I was working. They said, I understand you're working third shift. You'll get sleepy. He said, an old supervisor said, I would rather you go get coffee and stay awake your entire shift than risk you falling asleep. And you or someone else get hurt.
Right.
I said, okay. Apparently that supervisor left and didn't leave that memo for the next guy.
Yeah.
Because they set up a plan to catch me with my DVD player and everything. I don't know how. I think the guy I worked with was like, he was basically that dude I told you was staying up at night while his wife's asleep. He's like, how can I get him? He talks to him. I swear, this is what I think happened. This is. You want to be an actor at one point. Let's act it out. He basically goes to him and said, hey, man, welcome to the job. Everything. I appreciate you getting on board with us. This other guy in Gate 5, we're going to catch him. And this is how I know we're going to catch him. I need you to give an excuse to get him to go to the gas station.
I can do that. I got you.
You can do that?
I got it.
Okay, that's what I want you to do. When he goes to the gas station, call me immediately, and I will get here. And as soon as I do, we'll get him. Sound like a deal?
Sounds good.
Boom. Okay.
I'll probably get a raise out of this.
Probably.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. So the guy goes to me, and he's like, I need this, I need that, I need this. I wouldn't go. Something told me something was up. Something's like, don't go. You do not need to leave work. Don't go. And I was like, no, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. Finally, this is what he tells me. The guy's younger than me. The guy's like 18 at the time. Right. I'm like...
Keep going. Go ahead and finish this.
I'm like 20, 21 at the time. He says, I don't have a car and I need cigarettes and tobacco. I'm going to walk across that road right there.
Should have let him.
This is what he told me. He said, I'm going to walk and get it because I need it bad.
That's a long walk.
And I said, dude, it's dangerous. I said, dude, that's a 5-lane intersection out there. I said, you're going to get yourself killed. He goes, I don't care, I got to do it. I said, look, dude, I'm not going to let you put your life on the line just for a pack of cigarettes. I said, look, don't tell nobody. I'll go get it for you.
Yep.
I went and got it. By the time I got back, there were 2 supervisors there. 2. The guy who had called out before, him and his friend had showed up at that guard check and were waiting on me.
Yep.
Waiting on me.
To come back.
And I got fired. Told me there were cameras that showed me leaving Shaw. That showed my car leaving and turning right instead of left to go to my thing. But you told me later there were no cameras. Am I correct on that?
Yep.
Completely lied. I don't understand what I did that made them want to get rid of me so bad.
Well,
but here's the thing. So after I got fired, that's my story. After I got fired, they then decided, well, we got one kid out of the way. Let's go for the next. Tell your story, what happened at the end of it.
Right. So about that time, that's whenever I really started getting written up for not shaving.
Like they were on you hardcore.
Oh yeah, they were on me hardcore. Like so, but before while you were still there, they were not really hounding me about it very much. But around that time, do you remember Big Phil?
By the way, for the record, I did not. For the record, I did not cry after getting fired from that. And for the record, Big Phil is the greatest person I have ever worked with in my entire life. Big Phil stood, I would say, at least 6'8", maybe 6'9".
Huge man.
And had a wife. I need to take a moment. She was the best cook that you could ever imagine. Big Phil would come in. I love Big Phil.
He was so great.
Shout out, and Big Phil sees this, man.
We're still friends on Facebook.
Are you really?
Yeah,
oh my God, dude! Tell him
he
I
lives
said
in
hey.
Texas now.
He lives in Texas. Tell him I said hey, dude. If Big Phil, if you see this, man, you were the best. You were one of the best people I've ever worked with in my entire life. I looked forward to going to work third shift just to see Big Phil because he was. Man, hearts out to Big Phil.
Yeah,
dude.
he was awesome.
He was the best.
Yeah,
I loved Big Phil, dude. Big Phil.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So anyway, so he would come in. He was massive, and he would come in. And they called him Big Phil for a reason. I'm pretty sure he was a bouncer too, wasn't he?
He was a bouncer once.
Dude, he was big enough. I mean, we say he's big, but I mean, we're talking like the kind of big where he was like 200 and at the time 30-pound Nick could have been doing something. He could have picked me up by my shirt and been like, "You're gonna sit here, and I'm gonna sit here."
Yeah.
I mean, dude was a mountain. We should have called him the Mountain.
Yeah, that's a better name. Yeah.
Because he was super strong. And you know, and super nice. I mean, best guy. He would share his food with me.
But he was like a big teddy bear.
I would come in third shift. He'd be like, what do you got to eat? And I would show him. It'd be like a bologna sandwich. He'd be like, don't eat that. He'd be like, here. He would share his jambalaya with me. And I mean, his wife and him were just two of the best. He really should have become a chef.
Yeah.
He played the harmonica.
Oh, he was so good.
I mean, this dude is like, I swear, we tell stories of Big Phil like he's a mythical, like he's like Johnny Appleseed, just going across the countryside. I mean, or Tom, what was it from Lord of the Rings, Bombadil?
Yeah.
Tom Bombadil. He was like that, because, I mean, he would sit there and he had the best food, nicest guy, awesome, great stories. He was an amazing person. He would play the harmonica so well. I mean, he made you want to go to work.
One of the best things about working at that job. He played the harmonica. He would sit there. So he's already getting paid to be there. And, this is more, like, interesting than me getting, like, over there. So we're gonna
I know, right?
He's already getting paid to be there. And then he's got this amazing food. And you go over, he'd be playing the harmonica, getting down to it.
Well, he's really good with the harmonica, too.
And then on top of that,
harmonica player.
You know, people that make, like, the monkey fist. And
the bracelets.
He'd be sitting there making bracelets and stuff and selling them to the truck drivers, making money while making money.
And I used to tell people back to Big Phil, Big Phil's a myth. Big Phil doesn't exist. Big Phil is in your imagination.
I have a story.
I swear I've met Big Phil. He exists.
I have a Big Phil story. So it was snowing. I'm talking, it's December. It's
set the scene.
Yeah, it's December. We've got it's one of those years where it finally it's one of those we don't get a lot of snow around here, but when we do, it's actually like it's a significant amount of snow for here.
And a video for another day, but it's a big deal because we don't have any precautions for snow. So everybody up north, I have friends from all over, and people are like, hey, you got like an inch of snow. I'm like, yeah, imagine an inch of snow when it never snows. Right. There's no snow plows. There's no emergency vehicles equipped with tires or anything. I mean, when it snows, it's a big deal.
So
another day though.
It snowed probably 3.5 inches here. That's a lot for here.
Big deal.
With that being said, going back, I was driving my little golf cart around, and there was a spot next to the fence. You could go right down next to the creek. It goes down a hill. So I was going down that hill, and I was going wide open.
Pause. Did you know on third shift they said if we drove that that golf cart, we'd be fired?
Really?
They said we were not allowed to drive.
I drove it every day. It's my best part of my day.
Go ahead.
Best part of my day.
Finish your story.
I went down that hill. I was hauling down that hill, and I hit the brake to stop and turned, and I spun down that hill the whole way.
From having that Trans Am back in the day.
Yeah.
You tried drifting the golf cart.
I stepped off, and I was like, oh, man.
Oh, no, it's bad. It's so bad.
That's when it clicked with me. I got to make it back up this hill.
That's right, man.
I started going back up the hill, and I just started going right back down it. I called Big Phil, and I was like, man, I'm stuck. I was like, it was like right before the supervisor was coming. So I was like, dude, we're screwed. Like, I got it stuck.
Big Phil said, what do you mean we?
Yeah. So, like, Big Phil walks way down here to the creek, and he stands behind the golf cart and is pushing me up the hill while I'm on it, hitting the gas. We work our way all the way to the top.
Just for the record, Big Phil probably could have picked up that golf cart.
He probably could. He
could have carried it up that hill.
But he pushed me up the hill. By the time I made it to the top, I'm like bouncing. I get to the top. I turn around, and the wheels have slung snow all over. He is covered from head to toe, soaking wet, covered in snow. I felt so bad, but I was like, man, you're the MVP.
He is.
You're the MVP.
Now, you know what man is you know he's a great person when two different people at two different ends of a job are like, my favorite person was Phil, and then somebody else like, my favorite person is Phil. You know that's a great man.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. You know that's a great man.
Yeah, he really
two different people are like, my favorite person to work with was Phil.
I feel like we talked a whole lot about Walden. We're
the most stories.
Okay, so the next thing is where we work now.
Oh yeah, now I work for my family's business, which is Mayhem Tax Service, which is down in Lafayette. Who, man, compared to what we have people come in that go to like H&R Block and stuff, and I mean they've been like. I mean, it's just like criminal.
Right.
I mean, what they do to people, what they charge to people and stuff. People come to us, they get like a much better deal. My dad and my uncle were extremely family owned. Shout out. No, I'm just kidding. But not a sponsor. But no, for real though, I mean, we're completely family owned. The secretary at Ringgold is me.
Right.
The one in Lafayette is my grandmother, and my father and my uncle are the two accountants. I mean, how much more family owned can you get? We do Tanner's tax with everybody's taxes. I mean, I'm not going to give a shout out to my family like, hey, come do your taxes with us. But I mean, if you ever find yourself unhappy with your current CPA or whatever, come check us out. But anyway, so no, I work for my uncle now, and it's a great job. I mean, you work for family. It's pretty good. Now, sometimes you have to do stuff that, be on call and stuff like that, but my family's completely fine. Basically, what I do is I'm a secretary. I deal with people's taxes. I talk to people. I helped Tanner just kind of interview sheet. And sometimes people get on to me. They're like, I don't know, why do you ask me all these questions? Everything's in there. I'm like, well, what you don't know is I do the same thing with every person.
Right.
You walk in, Donald Trump walks in. I have to ask the same questions to him that I ask to you because my job is to ask everyone these questions.
Right.
Because my dad knows when after I fill out the sheet, he sits down and looks at it and says, okay, I know exactly what to do here.
Right.
You drop off your taxes. And now I'll tell you something funny in a second. So you drop off your taxes, we do them, then you come pick them up. It's a great job. I love it. It's really easy. My family works with me, especially around my school schedule. I'm still a college student and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a great job. But it's funny because H&R Block and stuff are now having where you can drop off your taxes. We have drop-off now available. I'm like, that's bull, because we've been dropping off since 2005.
Oh, wow.
2004, 2005, my uncle was like, if you drop off your taxes, I'll do them. Don't worry about it. We'll call you if we have any questions.
Right.
The number one thing we like to say at our job is if you have your taxes or a tax problem, we will take care of you.
That's awesome.
You pay us, and we'll treat it like it's our taxes. IRS comes back to you, we'll take care of it. As a matter of fact, if for some reason, which is very rare, but we make a mistake, we will actually pay for it out of our pocket.
That's
and
really
say,
good.
we messed up on that, we'll pay for it. I mean, it's a fantastic. My dad and my uncle have really made a great, incredible tax service down in Lafayette, and it's spread to Ringgold, and I'm hoping it keeps spreading. I've learned a lot about taxes too, but that's my job now. I really thoroughly enjoy it. I love talking to the people. Be honest with you, I love just like after we get the interview sheet done, I love talking to people.
Nice.
Just meeting the people around here, just kind of just be real friendly with them. I'm kind of like my security guard job. Like they come in, like, hey man, what do you do? And I just kind of talk to them for a little bit, do their taxes or get their information and stuff. My dad does their taxes, and I mean, we love our clients, and as far as we're concerned, a lot of our clients love us, and it's a great place to work, and I really enjoy it.
That was a really nice plug.
Thank you. Throw that in there.
Talking about where I work now.
Okay, yeah, so I shouted out my family business, which even though you're right, I did do a plug and everything, it is a good business, though.
It is a good business.
I think we do a fair business, and anyways, what do you do, Tanner? What's your life like now?
So, I worked one place after Walton.
Really, where?
No, I worked a few places. I worked for the Tennessee Aquarium. I was their bartender and deckhand.
Oh, yeah, you worked on the riverboat, the Gorge Explorer.
Yeah, the River Gorge Explorer. I have a lot of stories that I could go on and on about, but I won't with that. Then I worked at Kenco.
Oh, yeah, the Keurig place.
Yeah, Keurig coffee makers.
That was cool.
We packaged and redistributed those. I was in their maintenance department there. And now I'm the manager over 2 movie theaters in town, AMC theaters. Great thing. We get free movies. It's the only perk.
He is the maintenance manager, which is funny to me because I joked with my wife, and I'm like, Tanner always winds up being the boss wherever he goes.
Always.
Yeah. Wherever he goes, he always winds up some way, somehow, Tanner becomes your boss. Always. So if you're working at a job and you see this face right here, he comes in, just be friends with him because one day he's going to be your boss.
You know, I was looking. I've been there a little more than a year now.
I just jinxed you, by the way. You'll never be a boss again.
I know. But I was looking on the computer the other day in my office, and I was working there 3 months. I was literally a regular employee on the floor sweeping. I was there 3 months, and I was a manager. 3 months.
No, I'm not taking anything away from you. I'm sure you worked hard.
Oh, I did. I worked really hard.
That's part of the reason. Just to be for real for a second, give you a little bit of a shout out here.
Right.
Tanner, when he gets a job, dude, he works.
Oh yeah,
like
I work a lot of hours.
Like this man will surprise you about how hard he'll work at anything. These YouTube videos, I'm talking. You could be like, Tanner, wash my car. I mean, he will get a toothbrush out there. This man will surprise you. Yeah, he will surprise you by his work ethic. He has a great work ethic.
Thanks, man.
I do not. I sit for most of my jobs, and if the job requires standing, I complain the entire time. That's just me as a human being.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome to tell you how bad I am.
But that's what I do now. Outside of these videos and podcasts and things, it's by no means the job that I want to do forever. I have a lot of things in the work, not with just these videos, but business wise, that I haven't divulged yet to any of you yet. But as it gets closer, I will bring you all along for the ride.
For our 100 subscribers, see, I'm used to watching like FouseyTube and Rhett and Link.
With millions,
millions of people anxiously waiting to hear what their big thing is. But for the people who follow us, there is a big surprise that this man's working on. And my family actually helped a little bit. So one day, whenever he's ready and everything is black and white, we're going to reveal it to everybody. Right. But anyways, go ahead.
But
it's not the only place you work.
Oh yeah, I also currently work at Old Navy. I needed to pick up some extra hours on top of all the other hours that I'm already working. Okay, so I have to give a shout out to Old Navy that you pay more than you should for what you're getting. You're
always a plus.
Yeah, you're
always a plus.
The Old Navy's ROI, or return on investment, with its people is absurd. I walk around and I fold clothes and set it on the shelf. And then I check people out at a cash register, and I get paid more than what I should to do that. So huge shout out to Old Navy, because y'all are just ridiculous.
Props for Old Navy. Good store. Good company to work for.
Yeah, I think I've been there a year now. I think last month was a year of working two, full-time jobs, and along with doing photography and videos and stuff like that. So. And working on my business that will soon be off the ground.
That we'll tell you about shortly.
Right. It's been a very eventful year, and pretty soon you'll get to know more about it.
Hopefully we'll be showing you it. Hopefully. Right. Soon.
But that's essentially, there's my resume for you.
Tanner Watson, ladies and gentlemen.
You wanna sign us off?
Cut. Start again. I also worked at Target.
Oh yeah, Target. I remember that.
Nick at Target. Yep. Yeah. I worked at Target. I would say out of every job other than my current, Target was my absolute favorite. Target, I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. Target, they love I worked at 1302, the Gun Barrel Target. And I mean, the bosses there, as far as I'm concerned, if I went to the bathroom and I wiped my butt the right way, they were like, "We're so proud of you. Good job.
That's the job you need.
You were the man. You were the man." And I'd have a seat. And basically, I worked as a cashier, and basically all they would tell me is like, sell red cards and do your job. And I had no problem doing that. I've never met anyone who has had a difficulty of that. And really, the only people who ever got fired there is people who stole.
I mean,
basically, don't steal.
Duh,
and you've got a job. And I'm not sure what Old Navy's paying you, but, that's a place I know you work at. But other than that, I mean, they pay really well. The bosses are really nice. My brother worked there, too. My brother left from there. He's now the manager of an Aldi store. He's not the head guy, but he is
not the general manager.
Not the GM, but he is a manager at Aldi. But, I mean, my brother, he cut his teeth at Target and worked his way up. And my brother works hard. And awesome. He deserves everything he's got for it. But yeah, I worked at Target. I love the job. I don't really have any really funny stories or anything to tell. But if we're talking about jobs here, yeah, I worked at Target. As a matter of fact, one thing I'd like to throw out as a shout out to Target, they run a tight ship over there. And it's not the most enjoyable, but the only thing I hated about that job was really, I'm going to be honest with you, just the customers. Just, I mean, and not all
worst
of them,
customers but shop there,
Yeah. It's just, I mean, some people are nice, some people are great, but you just get some people that they come in your line and they start fussing at you, and you can't say anything. You just be like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or yes, sir, no, sir. But you just want to be like them, and you just want to sit down and say, I just want to ask you a question real quick. What happened to you in your life to make you this way?
I think that's retail.
I didn't do anything to you. I was sitting here, I just woke up, I ate breakfast, I clocked into work, I've been working on this cash register. I don't understand why you're yelling at me. I don't understand what happened back in the store that made you come up to me. I don't understand why you keep saying that you owe me money or I owe you money when I'd never met you before.
Yeah.
I woke up that morning, I took a shower, I put on a little name tag that said, Nick, thank you for shopping at Target. I ate breakfast and clocked in, and next thing I know, you have some personal vendetta against me. I'm unsure what I did. Maybe I cut you off in the parking lot, but there's just always, and it's very rare, but no matter how good your shift's going, that one person will throw off your entire day.
And it always happens.
It always happens. You work retail.
You know.
So when that happens, I mean, you're just it shakes you. You're like, I mean, it's literally like someone insulted you, and you couldn't say anything about it, and then you just had to carry on. And the bosses there were always super nice to me. They're like, hey, man, I heard what happened, dude. You know, I'm sorry about that. Just keep going. You'll do fine. You know, everything's going to be great. And then, you know, I'll keep going with it and stuff. But, I mean, I want to throw how do you throw a bad shout out? I just want to throw a finger wag out. If you're rude to a thumbs down or whatever, if you're rude to an employee that's working,
yeah, absolutely.
Retail, I mean, it's bad for them. You gotta understand, when I worked at Target, I dealt with almost 300 to 400 people a day I would check out. 300 to 400 people that came through that line. So when I say, hey, how are you? And I start, you know, scanning your items and putting them in a bag, you could be the 312th or 350th person I've said hello to that day and started going. And just to be clear, no one in the front had anything to do with anything in the back. So if you had a bad experience in the back, it had nothing to do with the front. If you have a complaint, you need to go to a manager and politely tell them what happened. If somebody cut you off in the parking lot, that's not an excuse to be rude to the person who's, you know, working cashier at any place, whether it's Old Navy, I mean, Walmart, Target. It's not an excuse. And to be honest with you, Walmart gets a bad rep, but I mean, I honestly feel like the reason why those cashiers have such a bad rep is just because the people who have come through have treated them so bad that they just built up this thick skin over time where they're just like, I don't care anymore. You know, I do my job and nobody appreciates it, so I don't care anymore. I'm sure, I'm not shouting out to Walmart that they don't appreciate it, but the customers that come through their line, it takes 6 bad eggs, it takes 6 bad people, and then you don't care about it anymore. Yeah. You're just like, I don't care if I'm nice to you or not, because, you know, somebody treated me bad. Now I'm just kind of indifferent to people. And it happens all the time. As a matter of fact, I saw something online that I 100% agree with. Maybe you'll second this. It said that everyone in their life should be required to work at least one holiday season in retail before they go out to do their main job, just so they understand what it's like to work retail. It is not as pleasant. A lot of people think it's a pleasant job, and everybody thinks that it's really not because of the customers. And not everybody. Some people are really nice. But I mean, you probably, if you're watching this, you might know who you are who have come to the line and have cussed out a cashier and ruined their day and not gave a crap as you walked out the door, threw your stuff in the back of your Mercedes-Benz or Ford and drove off. You don't realize that person has to deal with 150 more people, and you've just upset them, and they can't say anything to you, and they're not going to say anything to you. But you know, you were rude to a person, you hurt a person who, you know, has a life outside their job. They're just trying to make a living, and so shame on you. I'm going to come out and say it. I usually tell Tanner, no, don't say that. Don't hurt people's feelings. But I'm going to say it. If you've gone through a line and I don't like the fact there's clothes on the floor, I'm going to cuss out the cashier. Then shame on you. You shouldn't have done it. You insulted the person. You took who could have been a perfectly nice person and made them feel like they're nothing. And basically, and it's like fighting someone when their hands are tied behind their back because they can't say anything to you or they'll be fired. So you literally just came to the line and was like, you suck and I know you can't say anything about it. And then left. And then they were like, thanks for ruining my day. I have to pay taxes and do all my other stuff when I leave here and go to the doctor and go to court and stuff. Appreciate that little thing you did to me. And then you just go about your day because what are you going to do? You can't do anything. And I almost feel like some of these people intentionally go through the line because they're like, I'm stressed out. I'm going to cuss you and you can't do anything about it and I know it. So I'm happy. I'm picky. It's like a wounded animal. Like this dog has no legs. I'm going to go kick it because I know it can't do anything back. It's basically that's what it's like. You are kicking a legless dog when you cuss out a cashier in retail. I'm throwing that out there. I've spent way too much time on this, I needed to get that. Apparently, Target was great except for that one thing that really festered under my skin, and I had to get it out.
I believe we found something that Nick feels very strongly for.
If you insult retail people, you should be ashamed of yourself and you're a disgusting human being. Maybe you didn't mean to, but reevaluate your life and start being nice. You're never beyond redemption. And this is the point. You can watch this video and say, you know what, I am a butthole and I'm going to start doing good. And every cashier in the world would be like, Nick, thank you. You have made the difference. Maybe I saved a few 16-year-olds who are worried about their algebra test from getting cussed out in line by a 38-year-old woman who didn't get the 50% off on the khaki jeans.
That's true.
Day.
Oh, man, people get pissy about that.
I digress.
All right.
And then we'll
thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll cut it there, and then we'll pick up with the ending.
All right.
That's all I've got.
Well, you want to lead us off?
Yeah.
End us?
Yeah. Just salute them, I guess. Anyways, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. I'm not quite sure. Tanner still explained to me how the podcasts work. I'm not fully aware, but I do know if this is YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell. Tanner told me that if you don't click the bell, nothing happens. So if you really enjoy us, and we hope you do, you will click that bell, because we're going to make a lot more of these. Whether you like them or not, you're gonna see a lot more of us if you go on Tanner's page, because we enjoy this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.